59-year-old Alfonso Morales lost his life in an explosion inside his brother's bakery in Sand Hill Village. Alfonso and the owner of In-N-Out Bakery, Alberto Morales, were inside the kitchen fixing an oven when something went very wrong. A neighbor recalls hearing a loud bang, an explosion nearby.
I was sitting at home in my hall on my phone, and my daughter was on the floor playing, and we heard a song like an explosion, but I wasn't sure what it was. And then she got up and she said, "Mommy," you said, "What was that?" I said, "What did you hear?" And she said, "I heard boom, boom." I told her, I said, "I heard that too."
The explosion left the two brothers badly injured. They were rushed down to the medical center at the BDF compound. But Alfonso died from massive head injuries. Alberto remains hospitalized with injuries to the head and burns to the body. Their brother, Alejandro, wasn't at the In-N-Out Bakery when the incident happened, but he explains what he knows about the deadly explosion.
They said they were trying to light an oven, and then it exploded, and then he was rushed down right here at Batsav because he went unconscious. And they tried half an hour to bring him back, and he didn't make it.
How's your other brother doing? Did you get to speak with him?
I spoke to him, and he sounded quite shaken up. Was about to take an internal exam, a CAT scan, and haven't heard any outcome on that as yet. But I hope will be okay.
So he got an injury to the head?
Yeah, he got a gash on his forehead. I think he got 17 stitches, and I'm not sure what caused it, but he also got injured very bad.
The National Fire Service was called out to investigate the explosion. Deputy Fire Chief explains what caused the accidental blast, what some would call a freak accident. The brothers were inside the kitchen fixing the oven, but didn't notice a leak when they tried to test the oven to see if it was working. A sudden blast went off, which ripped off the oven door and struck Alfonso with a deadly blow to the head.
Apparently, one of the burner was left on, and the butane was flowing, and I guess he didn't realize it, and he struck a match because he was fixing the oven to test it out, and that's when this explosion happened in the bakery. Unfortunately, because of the explosion, one of the door of the bakery, the door of the oven, slammed with the force of the explosion and hit Mr. Alfonso Morales in the head, fatally killing him.
So this kind of incident, it's totally accidental?
Yes, it's accidental. Like I said, the information we got that they were repairing or trying to fix one of the ovens, and in that process there was a leak, and they wasn't aware of it. And when they light the oven to test it, see if what they had fixed is working, that's when the explosion happened. It was hooked up to a stationary butane tank. But like I said, they were repairing, and you're testing, you're turning on, you're turning off. I believe they forgot to turn off the flow of the fuel to the burner, and when they did take that match to light and check if what they had fixed is working, the oven itself was already flooded with the butane, and when butane burn is like that, it's a sudden explosion. And like I said, it's almost like a freak accident as well, because the sudden explosion slammed the door out, and the door, it's a metal door, hit him in the face.
Matura explains that this kind of incident is not like other fires they would respond to. There was just a sudden fireball that burnt out quickly.
When there's butane leakage in your stove, in your oven, or anyway, and it happens to ignite, it will be one sudden blast of fire, and that's it, because the butane that's leaking it's burnt out. So it will not be a constant burning. When you have a constant burning now is if your butane tank is leaking from the valve and it's on, you have a constant flow, then you end up with something like a torch, because the butane is flowing out and you have that constant flow of fuel. But when it's leakage and it has settled, it will just be a sudden fireball, and that's it. Whatever material is in the area with a very low ignition temperature may catch fire, but it's not something that is consistent.
So in this case, they couldn't necessarily say run away from a fire or something like that, because it's just an explosion, something that...
Yes, because it's just a sudden bang. It's just a sudden bang, a sudden ball of fire, and it out immediately because whatever butane was leaking had already been burnt away.
It's only been 3 weeks since Alfonso began to work officially at the bakery. But when he was not there, he was out cycling with the weekend warriors.
Alfonso been with him now. Officially, he started working with Alberta now maybe 3 weeks the most.
He was also involved, I guess, very active in cycling and things like that. Tell us a little about him.
I mean, he's a cool guy. We rode together in Weekend Warriors. He's not worrying of coming in first or last, but doing it for his health and really, really active. He's always on the road every time working out, and very nice person.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.